Oshio. I just wanted to talk to you brothers and sisters who are in Yeshua. You know, all this talk about militias and, let me remove this here, and all this, you know, and uprisings and things. All right, let me just, you know, and this is a plea, you know, to think reasonably as Christians in HaMashiach, Yeshua. Alright, to remember what Yeshua taught us about loving our enemies, loving one another. You know, said resist not an evil man. How that the Lord taught us not to, you know, to resist. You know, and Peter and all of them talked about not reviling, you know, trying to get even and things like this. All these things that are taught is the things of peace. You know, the one who gets revenge is God, not us. It's Him. He's the one, not us. It's He who repays, not us. You know, our job is to love our enemies. And now there's a lot of things that people do to us, and look at what the government's doing. We disagree with it. And if you're thinking about going half-baked and half-cocked, thinking you're going to go out there and help defeat, all right, what a lot of people hadn't thought about is when they go to do that, all right, here's the realities that they're not thinking. Some only think it halfway, but not all the way. Unless they're backed up by several billionaires or more who's got the technology and the high-tech weapons and hardware and everything, and not to mention the manpower. You are just like a few little mosquitoes in the woods. That's it. Just a little irritants here and there, and that's it. There's nothing more. Because, yeah, while the U.S. troops is stretched in and over across abroad, guess what? They got the EU, they got China and them, and China can outnumber the U.S. and Australia and any of, you know, in U.S. I mean in soldiers and stuff, that, you know, hey, easily, and that's just with soldiers. That's not to mention they got reserves that really, I mean, they got millions of them, you know, and they could just, I mean, swamp us like a. Have you ever seen an ant colony, like army ants? You know, like in South America and Africa or wherever, you know, you've seen all those little videos on it? Yeah, that's what can happen. And it's more likely will happen. At the rate everything is going, I would say, yeah, more than probable. But, see, when you go try to uprise, you know, against the government, you think they're going to just, oh, sure, here you go, take it. And there's another thing, is that by your when you going and doing stuff like that, if someone knows that you're involved in all that, the ones of your family who are not involved in it, but because of your association and your friends stuff, they'll get arrested because of you. You see what I'm saying? And not to mention on top of that, okay, I mean, if you stop and think that, I mean, you're supposed to understand that governments, leaders and power, you know, if you'll look throughout history and what the Bible talks, that these leaders are set there for a reason and a purpose to fulfill God's will. Okay, and the authorities that be are there because God allowed them to be there. And like Obama, we disagree with what that fella is doing. And I don't care for his tactics and antics and his decrees, and don't want to have nothing to do with them. But the fact never changes that God set him there to fulfill His will. Not my will, not your will, not anyone else's will, but God's will. That does not make the man holy. Oh no. Was Nebuchadnezzar holy? No. Was Pharaoh in Egypt holy when the children were under bondage under Pharaoh? No. Pharaoh was not a holy man. But God is going to have his day. God always has his way, and he will have his day with the ungodly. But God has his will, and God is patient. And he is also a loving God, and Yeshua taught us to be peaceful and to love our enemies. Nowhere in the New Testament did Yeshua or any of the apostles ever teach you or tell you to take up arms, to exact revenge, to retaliate in any form or way. Nowhere. And you can't do it. And the thing is, this is a plea. I'm not commanding you. I can't command a flea to jump. I can't command a fly to fly. I can't do nothing except what only God tells me to do, and he tells me to love people. And and try to build people up and encourage them. And what I'm trying to do is encourage and plead to think reasonably. If you're thinking, now I'm talking to you who are in Yeshua, or those of you who say you're in Yeshua, to think, do not get involved in this. Don't get all wrapped up because people out there can talk so good and so purty, and get you all riled up and stuff. Boy, it just sounds so good. And yeah, let's get going, but you don't want to get caught up in that. When you're supposed to be caught up in is in Yeshua. Your mind's supposed to be set on the things above. Okay? He is our focus. Our citizenship is of heaven, not on earth. We're just pilgrims passing through. This is what I'm trying. This is just a plea. See, I did a video on my video cam, and it just trying to upload it, that particular video would take too long to edit it and everything. And I just felt like I needed to get this plea out to you. Okay? If you're thinking about as a Christian, I'm talking to you who are, those of you who are truly in Yeshua HaMashiach, if you've been thinking or considering on getting involved in militias, stop it, please. I am pleading with you. You better think about what you're doing, because you're just going half-baked and half-cocked and not thinking about the realities of your consequences and what's going to happen. This is my plea. And I ask this because I care about you. Oh yeah, I don't know. As far as, like, I never met you, but you still, it doesn't change the fact that you're my brother and sister in Yeshua. And a brother has a right to be concerned about his family, his brothers and sisters, his mother and father, and his uncles and cousins and stuff. You have a right to be concerned, and I'm concerned. So I'm asking you, in Yeshua's name, please, don't get involved in that. Because the Lord will not back you behind something like that. That's not what he's about. So I'm asking you in the name of Yeshua, in his name. It says, do all things in word or deed in his name. Think about it. Would you go around killing someone in the name of Yeshua? Would you hit somebody in the face in the name of Yeshua? You think Yeshua would stand there and would approve of it? Think about it. I love you, my brothers and sisters. God bless you all, and shalom. And I hope my plea does not hit on deaf ears. Shalom. Aho.